The reduction half cell consists of copper electrode dip copper sulfate solution. Okay, so Z and S should be in the capital letter as well as C and S in caps. So this oxidation half cell, that is, you are having, we see in the diagram. Okay, we have here the zinc electrode. It is dipped into the zinc sulfate solution, and the copper is dipped in the copper sulfate. Okay, so this is the explanation. Both the half cells are externally connected by a metallic wire and internally connected by salt bridge. So salt bridge is what we have to know, what is a salt bridge. Okay, salt bridge is a U-shaped tube containing the solution of potassium sulfate, potassium nitrate, KCl or ammonium nitrate in agar-agar gel contain porous site. Okay, so why this salt bridge is used? It's used to maintain the electrical neutrality between the two solutions, right? So in this case we are having the KCl. So you can see the structure of the cathode, that is the galvanic cell. You have, see, just it's written in it's drawn, that is anode oxidation, that is on the zinc side, it is an anode. Okay, so oxidation reaction takes place over there, and we can see the zinc ions Zn2+, that is coming out, and the cathode, you have the copper dipped in copper sulfate solution, and you have the copper ion going and deposited on the copper electrode, and you have the salt bridge. So salt bridge is present over there, and the cathode, the reduction reaction is taking place, and the electrons is moving from zinc electrode to copper electrode, whereas the electric current is moved in the opposite direction. So zinc gives Zn2+ plus 2 electron, and copper 2+ plus 2 electrons gives copper. So the reaction at the anode is zinc, it gives zinc ion plus 2 electron. Cathode, copper plus 2 electrons gives copper ion. Okay, 2+. Okay, so you can see over here also the same diagram. So you will wonder what will happen in the salt bridge. So the anions, the excess anions that is formed in the cathode, it flows through the salt bridge. Okay, so that it maintains the electric neutrality. Okay, and we can see the cell representation of for the above, that is, you have the zinc. Zinc is a solid, and it is separated by a single line to give zinc ion aqueous 1 molar solution, and you have a double line separating that. So double line, it represents the presence of the salt bridge. So zinc is the metal of the electrode which gets oxidized. Zinc aqueous is a product of oxidation ion. So oxidation half cell, anode electrode left side. So always the oxidation reaction takes place at the anode side. And at the right side, cathode side, you have the copper aqueous 1 molar solution, and the copper solid at the extreme right, that is separated by a single line. So this copper ions get reduction, and the product of reduction metal is the copper. So reduction half cell cathode electrode, this is on the right hand side. Okay, so the cell representation is, you'll have both the electrodes, that is zinc and the copper electrodes, at the extreme ends. Always the electrodes will be at the extreme ends, and it will be separated by a single line from the product of the reactions. Then from a double line, that is your anodic reaction will be separated by the cathodic reaction by a double line which represents the salt bridge. So we'll see what the electrochemical cell notation. It's explained over here. The single vertical line indicates the species are in different phases. Okay, that is the aqueous and the solid. So zinc, that is the electrode, it is a solid, of course, and zinc 2+, it is in the solution. Okay, so it is written, that is aqueous. Because it's aqueous, it's written within the bracket, and zinc, which is a solid, it is written S within the bracket, AQ within the bracket, and copper AQ, that is also AQ within the bracket, copper solid, copper S is within the bracket. The double vertical line indicates that the half cell are in different cells separated by a Sol bridge. Okay, so it is a different half cell. Zinc half cell is different from the copper half cell. The oxidation half cell is on the left and the reduction is on the right side of the cell notation. Now we can just see how the electrons flow. The electrons flow from the zinc electrode to the copper electrode. Okay, so we have the reactant and the product on